There are plenty of reasons why the man with the rod falls hook, line and sinker for a few lazy hours by the river. After all, there's even the chance of catching some fish. But if the fish don't bite, there's no need for today's waterside hunter to go home with empty stories of the big one that got away. Pack the right sort of gear, and he could put those wasted hours to profitable use. An electronic metal detector could fill that knapsack with booty of a different kind. With thousands of artifacts and coins old and new lying around awaiting the picking by those who only have electronic eyes to see, there's hardly any need for rivalry. However, for a green hoard treasure hunter like myself, a bit of advice never goes amiss. For like most tempting tales of easy money, it's not as easy as it looks. So who better to explain the process than Edward Fletcher? After all, his firm makes the gadget.
Mr. Fletcher, how does this thing work?
Well, quite simply, it detects metal underneath the ground, and when metal passes underneath the head, you get a change in the signal here. If I can just switch this on for a moment. This is the radio, and you alter the frequency of the note here. When metal passes over it, you get a change in the note.
Well, then what am I doing wrongly?
Well, perhaps you're not quite holding it quite near the ground, something like that. We'll just try around here if we can. I'm sure we can find something. I think we have something here. Here, just here.
Yes. No? What's that?
Well, this is a 2-shilling piece.
How successful can you be with this? Can we switch it off just for a second? How successful can you be with this?
You can be very successful. There are 150 million coins lost each year, and if they were only pennies, that would amount to £750,000. So it's quite a lot of money lying about, waiting to be found with a detector. In the past 30 days, we have found some 360 coins. 156 were ordinary everyday pennies, but we have found some quite interesting stuff, including some Roman coins, which were found on the site of a Roman ford, not 400 yards from where we're standing now.
How come they've never been found before? There must have been other people searching.
Yes, well, the problem in the past, of course, was that one had to rely entirely on the coins being visible on the surface, but this can virtually see underneath the ground and can therefore pinpoint the coins for you.
If even the sight of running water makes you seasick, don't be dismayed. There are drier and equally lucrative spots available to the ardent coin prospector.
Of course, if you want to find a lot of coins, you've got to go to places where lots of coins have been lost. The ideal spots are parks such as the one we're in now, particularly spots where people have been lying down. If you find a spot where someone's been lying on the ground, there's a good chance that someone's fallen out of his pocket. So we'll look around now for somewhere where someone's lying down, and I'm sure we'll find something. That looks like a good spot over there. I think they were sitting about here. Find all sorts of interesting objects where lovers have been lying down. Oh, here's something. Oh, a bunch of keys.
It's going to be a bit unlucky, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Anything else?
Do you like to try?
Yes, yes.
Try our walking stick.
A walking stick gadget, the same. And how does this one work?
Well, it's exactly the same principle, just a smaller version, actually.
I
Put
see.
that into your ear. I'll plug this one in for you here. And away you go. If you're embarrassed about using one of these, it's very handy to have a walking stick with you.
But it works on the same principle,
Exactly
does it?
the same
as
principle.
the other gadget?
Yes, yes, indeed it does.
Oh, wait a minute, something there. That's
Oh.
something. 11 pence.
11 pence.
I'm rich.
Jolly good. Fine.
Well, this is all right for finding money, but there must be a more serious application to this sort of invention.
Oh yes, indeed. We've developed some highly sophisticated instruments which will go down to considerable depths, which are of great use to archaeologists and treasure hunters.
Do you get people coming to you and asking you to look for things for them?
Yes, we do. We get all sorts of strange people coming into the shop telling us about their great-grandfathers burying treasure in their back gardens, and we've built up to 200 of these, actually, Civil War treasures too, which we're hoping to get round to doing sometime.
You're going to publish details of them?
Well, we've published some already in a book that we've written called A Fortune Under Your Feet, but we haven't given specific locations because we do want to look at them ourselves first.
With a more sophisticated piece of equipment, not necessarily this one, can you tell, say, the shape of an item, the depth, possibly make a guess about what it is?
You couldn't really say what it was until you dug it up, but you could certainly say how large it was and how wide it was and possibly how deep down it was.
Well, I'll tell you what you do. While you see whether we can go up on 11 pence, we'll see whether we can arrange a test for you.
Right, thank you very much. like quite a small object, actually. Yes, here we are. Piece of old chain. 19th century, perhaps?
Well, that isn't what we buried.
It isn't?
No,
Oh, I
so you
see.
can still keep looking.
Right, well, we keep looking then. Thank you. I'm getting extremely strong reading here, Richard. Must be an old manhole cover or something. Oh? Seems much longer than that, though. It's at least 5 feet, I should think.
Yes.
Perhaps we might investigate this one. I need more than a trowel, I'm afraid. We've got a spade there.
Yeah.
Can you start digging just
Right.
about there?
If you are bitten by the treasure-hunting bug, here's a tip. Get the owner's permission before you search his ground, or he could lay claim to the finds. Remember, there's a fortune somewhere under your feet, in your back garden, in the garage, or down the family well. And if you do unearth gold or silver, and don't want to be summoned for non-disclosure, hand it over to the police. Even if the coroner labels it treasure trove, you'll get the items back or be reimbursed at their current market value. But don't expect to go out with a metal detector, however sophisticated, and instantly turn up a ferrous fortune. It takes time, practice, and a good deal of research. But work at it, and who knows what you might turn up.
I thought you'd never get here.
Taxi?